Hello there. I'm doing a different approach to doing these videos. Instead of going through my boring notes, I will instead just show the small challenges and projects I made for the day. Today, I was going to learn about randomization and lists. So first, let's show the script this program does. It just chooses heads or tails. So it's a coin spinning simulator. So it was just a basic challenge. Just generate a random number and then give the number. Now generate a number between 0 and 1. No, generate the number 0 or 1 and then just assign that number to heads or tails. No more advanced than that. Then it gets a little bit harder. It's time to do a roulette for who will pay the bill at a restaurant. So let's start this program. Write some 3 names: Jens, Jones, and let's see here, Kalle. Sadly, I will pay the bill today, but yeah. So the challenge here was to figure out how to make these strings into different numbers, and then how to choose that random number and set that, and then assign that number to a name so I could print out which name should pay. Well, just with a few lines, it's done. Then I had a harder challenge. Let's run this program. So here I have a little map, you can call it. My challenge here was to place the X somewhere here. I of course have some instructions, some tips, but I don't have the solution. For me it was hard. For me it took some time. I just didn't know how to convert the two. Okay, we start from the beginning. I'm writing the horizontal and vertical. So I want in row, in the horizontal plane 2, row 3. You see? Horizontal plane 2, lane 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. First, I had problem to figuring out how I can just separate 2 and 3 for my continuation of the code. I found a really nice script going around. It's kind of complicated, so I don't really know what it means. But there are simpler ways that my teacher does. Just row square values equals position 1 and row square values was position 0. Now we can do that's vertical, horizontal. This is the easier way to just separate them, and then I can just remake the whole script. But yeah, this is how I made it from the start. It worked absolutely fine. I imprinted this, and I made the 2 values. And I first made this one, which I think is very clean. Because this calculates where to put it in each. This calculates which row, and this calculates which column. And just because I like to make this clean, I just do it like this. Map column X. Instead, I can just import it directly. Make it. It's faster, I guess, but I don't like the look of it. But then I run into a small problem, and that is how actually the list is placed. So if I look here to the left, you can think like this. 2 and then 3. You need to do the reverse. It's a list with 3 indented lists. So I have to write, when I use the horizontal, I have to choose, no, the vertical, I have to choose, so if I take 2, 3, I have to choose the second indented list, and then the third item within that list. So first I got the opposite, then you switch it around, and then it turned out perfect like this. That was the challenges for day 4. Then I made a rock, paper, scissors project. And this one I made in Replit. This one was advanced and took some time for me. I can run it. So you choose if you want rock, paper, scissors, and then the computer randomly generates an answer and says if you win or lose. So if I type 0, see here, 0, I won because it chose scissors. It's a pretty long code. It's nothing fun to look at. So it's just a challenge to change a number into the outputs of scissors, paper, or rock, and then first print out your choosing, and then print out the computer choice. Then you need a lot of statements, so the computer knows, so it knows how to print if you won or lost, based on what you chose and the computer randomly generated. It all works fine. Then she gave me a bug test. So if I write something like out of this line, out of 0, 1, or 2, write 5 instead. I should have gotten this, like I do now. You typed an invalid number and you lose. This did not work because I did this code before the if and else statements. Then the computer doesn't know, or the code doesn't know what all this stuff. And then okay, let's see here. No, we have if. Okay, let's start over. So if I write 5, the computer will code will shows here between 2 things. If I print the wrong thing, it's fine. It's just done. You lose because you write the wrong number. And if I don't, the code works like normal. If I instead had all this data before, it would start to type that out or try to print computer shows, and it won't work. So I had to debug this, and now it works perfectly fine. Yeah, I'm pretty bad at explaining, but I hope I will get better in time. I also did some additional Linux just try to practice the tab and get quicker. Nothing special today. But yeah, thank you for me. Have a good day.